Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So I'm back with another Halloween project. If you're new to the channel, I do a Halloween series each year and I've got tons of Halloween favours and just home decor, gift bags, things like that. And I'll link the playlist up here if you want to check those out. But these are my little Tombstone treat boxes. You see they look really cute. I've messed them all up, inked them all, popped the little grass along the bottom there as well. And it says my kind of poison and then RIP. And then in the bottom here you have a little opening, and inside I've got these black coins, and these are Halloween coins which I'll show you in a moment. They've got funny faces on the backs of some of them there, but I thought worked really well for inside here. They're the same ones you get at Christmas. I've just made them black for Halloween, and then that just closes, and then they're displayed upright so they look really good in the center of the plate, maybe on the table as your table favors, or you could have these kind of all, you know, positioned on a platter of some kind by your door, ready to give any trick-or-treaters that may knock. Again, very straightforward to make. I've used no specialty dies for these ones apart from the grass and obviously like the alphabet dies, but to make the actual box you don't need anything special. So let me show you how. So for the little spiders, I used the stamp here in the Sassy Crafting Trick or Treat, and I used the My Kind of Poison as well for the sentiment there. I didn't use that one. No, I think I was going to use the birds on there as well. For the RIP, I used my funky alphabet die set. This one has sold out. There will be more coming in, but again, I know lots of people have that, so that's what I've used. And then the grass actually came from the die that's in my Garden Delights Twist and Pop set. Again, it's been very popular, so lots of people will have that. But if you don't have that, just cut a strip of green grass and just cut some little shard shapes onto the top of it, and then stick that down and you'll have your faux grass. But I've already got those pieces all cut out there, ready to go. And I've just popped some foam on the back of that one as well. To make one box, you're going to need a piece of 2 by 11. And along the 11-inch side, you're going to score at, actually no, first of all, along the 2-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1.5. And then along the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 10.5. And then at 3.5 and 7.5, but just to the first score line. So 3.5, 7.5, and then flip it, 3.5 and 7.5. Okay, it's between these markers here that we're going to do some cutting. It was just handy to have those score lines. If you score all the way through, then you would see it on this part here. So it's just to keep it all hidden. Then you'll want one piece of 2.5 by 6.5, and along that long side you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 1.5. And then you just want a piece of 5 by 2.5. Okay, so that's all the scoring. Next you want to fold and burnish all of your score lines. So with this piece here, you just want to snip those 4 markers just to that score line. So just free those up, okay? And then at each of the ends here, you want to remove the squares in each corner. So I'm just cutting that one away. Remove the score line, like so. And again, this end here. Okay, now before you start cutting all the teeth into it, you may just want to, you might want to do this before you even cut those bits, but just put a little curve into it. It's more so in that middle section there. If you fold that away, just so you know that you're working within that section there, you just want to cut little teeth. So I'm just cutting teeth like this. Now, the smaller you do these, the easier it will be to curve it around the top. So if you were to do them quite big, like that far apart, for example, you're going to get a bend. By doing them smaller like this, you get a much better finish. So they're probably about 1/4 inch, maybe just smaller. Now, some of you might have some punches that do this, because there are some on the market that give you that effect. Some of you might have some dies as well that can do that for you, but you can see here how easy it is, and you want to do that again along this side. Now we can start attaching it to these pieces here. So I'm going to start with this one first of all, and I'm going to grab some of my quick grab glue, and you're going to pop it all along this tab, like so. And you want to line this up so that this second score line, not the bottom one here, but this one, lines up with this bottom score line here. And you want to get it right up to the edge there. Like so. Now what's going to happen next is you're going to pull this. You want to make sure that all those little teeth folded under. You're going to pull this down. You're going to line it up and stick it there. And then you can see you get this natural arch. So open it up and just pop your glue on each of the teeth. And all on that tab as well. So focus on the tab now. The teeth will do their own thing. They'll all get into place. But just focus on lining up this side. Like so. And then you just want to make sure that your arch, you can kind of move it a little bit. Just make sure that you get it kind of even there. And then you can just really get in there and just make sure that's all stuck down. Now to get the arch shape, you're going to cut this freehand. I just think this is the easiest way to do this. So you always want to do it this way so that you can see right in to the area that you're cutting around. And just follow it. Try and do it in, you know, nice cuts. You don't want to be stopping and starting too much, but you can see now I've got my arch shape. You're going to distress all this. You can see it soon kind of disappears once you add all your inks to it. And then with this piece, you're going to stick it on, lining up the bottom with the bottom here, and then you're going to cut it the same way. But this time you do have to add the glue to all of these pieces at the same time. So again, just popping a little bit of glue on all of those. And then again down this side here. And then I'm just going to focus on that side and then just pinching that side together. And then just make sure that that all lines up there and there. And again, that's just going to sit, you know, by itself. So if you lift this up, if you get a ruler, you'll be able to go in there and just push those teeth all down. If you've got a bone folder like I have there, you can, again, really push down. And then again, I'm just going to follow it around. Like so. Now we've got that cool effect. Then the bottom here, you might want to take a little bit off of the edges. If you feel there are, you know, sometimes you might have the score line still visible. But that will now fold in. But I always like to take a little bit off of here. But do take a small amount off first. You want this to kind of lock in. You don't want it to pop out easily. So if you feel you need to take some more off, then you can. But I think, no, I'd rather that be nice and snug. That's not going anywhere now. You can see we've got our little tombstone. So next you can decorate and distress it all. So I've used the distressed oxide black soot. And this is a nice and juicy one. And I'm just going to start with all of the edges and then just blend that until you get the look you want. I mean, you might be doing yours with all the bright colours of Halloween's, the greens, oranges and purples. You might be putting bows on yours. There's just endless ways to decorate these. You can see there, it doesn't take long to do. And just make sure you do all of the corners. You might be doing yours with a darker cardstock to start with. You might be using black. These would look quite good in black glitter card or mirrored card. I think that would look really effective as well. So the inking is going to be, you know, dependent on the cardstock that you've started with, because if you're using the mirrored card, then you won't need to do this. So So that's all the distressing done, and then I'm just going to stick the grass. It just so happened that these are exactly 2.5 inches wide, so otherwise I was going to double them up, but when I die cut them and then sat them on there, I was like, it's meant to be. So again, just a little bit of glue, like so. And then I've got my spider here. I mean, if you are going to be adding any stamping, you may want to do that before you put it together, but this has still worked. And if it hasn't stamped perfectly, I've just gone in with my black pen. So I'm going to do one there, keep them all the same, and then one there, and then I've just used my black fine liner there just to colour in the body, and you would never know, like so. And then we've got the My Kind of Poison, and then I'm just going to finish it with the RIP. So that's all stuck down. I've just added some glossy accents just onto the spiders there, and that will dry just like glue. It doesn't take long. And then these are the chocolate coins. So they're from the Co-op. Again, I think I only paid £1 for them. And you can actually fit a whole bag of these in one box. So I thought that was quite good. It's a nice amount then as well. Still got room for some more things if you wanted to. It does hold quite a lot of stuff. But then that will just, like I said, I want it to be quite tight, because then when you give them to someone, you're passing them to them, they're not going to fall out. See there? I mean, it's really going to take some, force to fall out. But you could also just put a little bit of tape on the back if you want. But because these are going to be displayed like so on the table, it holds them anyway. But yeah, from the Co-op, but I'm sure there's some other places that sell them as well. So those are my little Tombstone gift boxes. I think they've turned out really well. I like these ones a lot. I think they're cool for someone who may have a birthday party on Halloween as well. You could have each of the person's names on them. I think that would be quite a quirky thing to do. And I just love that you can have them displayed, staggered. You could pop them on a bigger piece of felt that's maybe green, or you could have some wadding or like some stuffing, so it looks like, like the mist in the night over a graveyard or something. There's lots of ways you can decorate these further and, add them into your Halloween displays this year. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I'll link as much as I can in the description box below. Check out the videos coming up now, because those are more favours that I've made for this series, the 2021. Check out the playlist that I've shared as well, because there's lots more there. And if you've enjoyed today and you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. See you all again soon. Bye.